Hello all, today we are going to see about an algorithm called Floyd-Warshall algorithm. So this algorithm is used to solve all pair shortest path problem for a given graph. So given a graph, the algorithm finds the shortest distances between every pair of nodes present in the graph. So in Dijkstra's algorithm, we would have found the shortest path between a single source and the destination. But here we are interested in finding all possible shortest pair of distances. So you'll understand this better as and when we move on. The point to be noted here is that the graph for which we are solving this problem should be a weighted and a directed graph. So meaning the edges should be given a value. So there should be a value for the edges and the graph should be a directed graph. We'll understand this using this example. So here we have a graph. It's a weighted directed graph. The graph has directions and the edges are weighted, meaning it has values. So the algorithm tries to find the shortest pair between all pair of vertices. That means it tries to find the shortest path that exists between from this vertex A and vertex B and vertex A and C, vertex A and D. So it tries to find the shortest path, though there is no path between connecting A and D, but it tries to find what could be the shortest path that could connect A and D. Similarly, it also tries to find the shortest path between B and A, B and C, B and D. And also it tries to find the distance between C and A, C and B, C and D, and also D and A, D and C, and D and B. So that's what is given here. So that's what this algorithm is trying to find out. So we'll understand how this is done. So we'll understand using an example. So we'll use this example graph to solve the problem. So this is a graph which is directed and it has 4 vertices or nodes. So these are the edges and they are given values. So it is a weighted graph, weighted and directed graph. So we know how to find an adjacency matrix for this graph. So this is the adjacency matrix. So we have, since there are 4 nodes, so the adjacency matrix is going to be a 4 by 4 matrix. So, so the diagonals are going to be 0 because there is no self-looping self-loop connecting each vertex to itself. So the diagonals are 0. So the paths which does not exist are given the value infinity. So there is no direct path connecting A and C. So this is given infinity. So the A and B is connected by the edge value 3. So it is connected, it is given this a cell is filled with the value 3. So whereas B is connected with A by the edge whose weight is 2. So B and A is filled with, this cell is filled with 2. So that's how this adjacency matrix is arrived at. So let's name this let's name this matrix as A0. So so we'll derive in steps to arrive at the all possible shortest pair path. We'll solve the algorithm in steps. Then step 1, so we need to arrive at the matrix A1. So earlier the matrix was A0, which is the initial adjacency matrix of the given graph. So this first we will, so in the step 1 what we are aiming at is that we are trying to find the shortest path between the vertices A and B, A and C, A and D, and A and D. So the initial step would be the first row and the first column will remain the same. Why? Because they are indicating how A is directly connected to each of the vertices. So that is the shortest path possible. So that will remain the same. And of course, diagonals will also remain the same because the weight values of the diagonals, that is the edge between the edge connecting between the vertex to itself is going to be 0. So I'll repeat once again. In A1, we are going to arrive at the matrix A1, which is going to represent the shortest path between the vertices A and the rest of the vertices of the given graph. So for that, we will make the first row and the first column they shall remain the same. So why? Because they represent already the shortest path shortest path between the vertex A and the rest of the vertices. So they shall remain the same and the diagonals will also remain the same. Now we are in the position to update the A1 matrix for the rest of the cells. So we have a common formula. We will understand this even better. Understand this better as and when we move on. But we'll understand this formula first. To fill the rest of the cells of A1, so the formula is given like this. So first what we are trying to find in the step 1 is that we are trying to find the shortest path between the A and the rest of the nodes. That means, for each and every element, for each and every path, we are trying to find if there exists a shortest path through A. That's what it means. So that through A, let that component be K here. So let K be the intermediate vertex through which the shortest path between the vertex is to be found. So here it is vertex A in the step 1. So this I and J can represent the rest of the vertices. So let A of I comma J. So this can be A of B comma C or B of A of B comma D. So it can represent anything. We are interested in updating this value. So this will already have a value in A0 adjacency matrix. So we will only fill it we will update it if using this formula. So we will update it using this formula A of I K. So this is let's say this is A of C comma D. Then we are interested in finding the shortest path if there exists a shortest path through A. So I is C, J is D. Then I will first find the value of CA. So what is the value of CA in the initial adjacency matrix? Then I will add that with A of AD. So it was CD. So now we are going to add CA plus AD. So that's how this should be understood. So this I will add and I will update this value in A1 if at all this A of ij. So A of ij, so this is the previous matrix, that is A0, if it is greater than this. Otherwise I will leave it. So I will repeat once again. So we are now in the position to fill the A1 matrix. That means we are trying to find the shortest path between the rest of the vertices through A. So how do we find? This formula is applied. Let K be the A. So K is A for us now in step 1. So let I and J be C and D. So what we are trying to find? We are trying to find whether there exists a shortest path when we try to go through A in the graph. So how do we find? So this is using this formula. So we'll try to find from the A0 matrix, that is initial matrix. So these values are obtained from A0 matrix. So we'll try to add them. So A of CA. So this CA we will obtain from the A0 matrix, and AD. So this will obtain from the A0 matrix. We'll add them together, and when we add them, if at all the value in the A0 matrix is less than this A of CD, so then we will update this in A1. Otherwise we will keep it as such. So in step 1, so as mentioned earlier, so we are trying to find the shortest path between the A. So that is how I arrived at this matrix. So the reasoning is given here. So A1 of BC. So that is A1 of BC. How this value is remaining the same as infinity is that we found A0 of BA plus A0 of AC. So we introduced this A as we discussed in the earlier as we discussed previously. So we are introducing this path A, and we are trying to find whether there is a shortest path. So BA in A0 matrix, the value was 2 and AC was infinity. So when we add them, we get again infinity. So it was in the earlier matrix B and C. So B and C was already infinity. So we are getting here also infinity. So it remains the same. We will only update this if we get a better value, that is a smaller value. So why? Because our overall objective is to find the shortest path. So shortest possible path. So we will only update. We are retaining the infinity. We did not get an better value, so we are retaining the infinity. Similarly, we are trying to find B and D. So which was 4 previously. So B and D was 4 previously in A0 matrix. Let's see if you are getting a better value. So when you try to look for B and D through A, so A0 of BA plus A0 of AD. So BA was 2 and AD was 5 in A0, which is obviously greater than 4. So we don't need this value. So we will retain the 4 from the A0. So that's how the entire things work. So this A1 is arrived using in the similar fashion. Now we have to arrive at A2. So remember, while arriving at A2, so like we did in A1, so we kept first row and first column the same as that of A0. So here what we will do, we will have the second row and the second column the same as that of the A1 matrix. So we will only refer to the immediately previous matrix. So this is dynamic programming. So we will only look into the immediately previous step. So we will. So now the matrix of our reference is A1. So because this has the shortest path between path till now. So between all pair of matrices. So A2. So now we are interested in finding whether there could exist a shortest path when we travel through B. So that's our objective. So for that we will keep second row and second column as same, and diagonals will also be kept as same. So as that of the A1, and we will fill the rest of the elements of A2 in the similar fashion. The only difference we will have is that we will try to find through B. So in the formula in which we looked earlier, so we will try to find, we will for instance, A2 of AC will be obtained as A1 of AB. So we are introducing this B plus A1 of BC. And we are trying to find if we are getting a better value. So AB in A1 is AB is 3, and this BC is infinity. So we are getting an infinity. So we do not get a better value. So we are retaining it. So this AC is infinity here. So similarly, we will fill the rest of the elements. If we get a better value, so if we get a lesser value than this these values, so we will update them or we will leave it. And this is a workout showing how I fill the rest of the elements of A2. Similarly, we can have A3 matrix through A2. So we will have to have the A2 matrix as the reference, and we have to arrive at A3. And remember, while forming A3, so our vertex of focus is C. So we will keep third row and the third column as same. So and we will find using the same formula, and we will update the A3. And using A3, we will arrive at A4. And remember, while finding A4, our vertex of focus is D. So we will have fourth row and fourth column as same, and diagonals also 0. So, and we will try to update the values of A4 using A3 using the formulas. And this is the final matrix. So, which will have the shortest path between each of the pair of vertices. So, that's the idea. So, that's what this Floyd-Warshall algorithm has done to this graph. So, and the time complexity is big O of n cube. So this algorithm will have 3 loops in it. So the time complexity is big O of n cube. So that's about Floyd-Warshall algorithm, which tries to find the all pair shortest path for a given weighted directed graph. Thank you.